this is the final look. Hey everyone, welcome to Glam Reader's YouTube channel. Today I'm going to show everyone my sweat-proof, heat-proof, bulletproof makeup routine, okay? Because I just got back from Bali. It may be cold here down in Melbourne, but over there it was stinking hot, okay? And I've got oily skin, so for all of you oily skin people wanting to know how to get a base to stay on in the heat, or if you're just prone to sweating, then keep on watching. First and foremost, we're going to prep our skin with our favorite moisturizer. Now, if you're looking for something to prep your skin that's going to withstand in the heat, or if you're someone that sweats really on your face, I'm going with a gel moisturizer. This is the Cosrx Hyaluronic Intensive Moisturizer, and it's a really thin gel consistency, as you can see, very well loved. We still want to hydrate the skin. It's very important, okay? Now, the tried and true, the e.l.f. Power Grip Primer, okay? Sometimes people say you need a lot of this. Sometimes people say you need a little. For me, 2 lots on the fingers, rub it, and just go to town on your face. This is going to make sure everything grips. I went to a wedding in Bali last week. It was amazing, okay? Amazing. But let me tell you, it was about 30 to 35 degrees all night, and it was outside, and I was sweating, okay? Sweating. But I will say this, my makeup held on all night. Now, I have to give credit where credit is due. This primer is probably the entire reason everything stayed on throughout the heat. Now, I usually go in with a full coverage foundation, and I like a matte one. I use the Chroma Copper Matte. Before I went to Bali, I was shade W7. I'm now W9. And what I like about this is that it is a thick foundation, I would say. However, it's mattifying without making your skin look powdery. It gives me just the right amount of coverage, which is a lot. This is a really good foundation for longevity, I will say that, especially in the heat. Now, what I learned from the extreme Bali humidity is that less layers is more in this situation. So if you can get a really good full coverage foundation, keep it away from your under eye area, because we're going to go over that with concealer. If you're someone that's really oily or like sweats on the face, less is more. Another really great tip is keeping too much foundation away from your forehead. You really don't need much. I kind of just use whatever's left on the brush after I've applied it from the bottom half of my face and take that across the forehead, because you can always add dimension with bronzers. But if you're someone who's really oily, especially in this T-zone, keeping the product light in those areas is surely going to help its longevity. Next, I'm taking my LA Girl Concealer just under my eye and on my chin to highlight and brighten and hide the dark circles from the jet lag. Now, here's the lock and load powder you absolutely need in your life, and you guys always sell us out, but you know we're going to get it back, okay? It's the Kimchi Puff Puff Pass powder and our Triangle Puffs. I put this to work in Bali, okay? My makeup had to last from 3 o'clock p.m. in the afternoon to about 11 p.m. at night, and it's 35 degrees, 99% humidity. This was my savior. Now, with the kimchi powder, I always just put a bunch on my puff, pack it on the back of my hand, and just go to town. But essentially, starting with under the eyes, and I kind of take it down to where my nose finishes, and I really like to pack the powder in there, but I don't like to bake it, if that makes sense. Then I like to take a big fluffy brush and kind of just dip it into that kimchi powder again, tap off the excess, and push the product into my face. If I swipe around, I'm going to move some of the foundation, and I don't want that. I've already got enough coverage. I just want to set everything in place. Okay, now that I'm all shine free, which is the goal, I'm going to go in with a bronzer. Now, it depends on your preference. Some people like to use cream products. Some people like to use powder. Me personally, when I was overseas, I wanted to take less things than more. I was traveling, of course, but if you're not traveling, it's totally okay. So again, if we're going through extreme heat, I think powder products always, again, less is more. For me, I'm oily skinned literally everywhere, okay? Grease ball. I'm going to take the Trixie bronzer, and I like this bronzer because it's got 2 bronzers and like a shimmer, and you can just kind of swirl them all together. But as someone who is ugly and shiny and is always like powdering my face, I feel like powders just work better for me personally. So I just took some of that, and again, you can build this up. This is super pigmented, this product. You have to be careful with it. You get your money's worth out of this thing, let me tell you. So with that, I just take that all around my cheeks, across my forehead, on the chin as well. And I just your face is going to look flat at first, but don't worry, we're going to revive it with setting spray. And I'll give you my top rec for my new favorite setting spray, to be honest, especially if you are oily or when it's really, really hot. I know everyone's going to have a nice Euro summer this year, so this would be my recommendation for you to take. I'll tell you what that is a little later. Now for blush, I'm just using the Bare Cheeks palette from Blend Bunny. Gonna go in with the shade called Making Me Blur. Just a nice, like a peachy, beautiful peach color. And again, this is powder. So powder products, guys, for longevity. You can also use a cream under this if you want to add coverage or texture. Oops, just dropped my mirror. But these are pretty pigmented powders. Sorry, let me rephrase that. Very pigmented blush powders, okay? So a little bit of that now. And what I also like is that you can totally use these as eyeshadow colors if you're traveling as well. They're all matte, all beautiful. I wouldn't be a YouTube video without the YouTube OG highlighting product, would it? It's the Ofra Mini Rodeo Drive. Mine is very well loved and used. And I just took a little bit of that very precisely on the cheeks and just kind of under the brow bone. Honestly, I still do the old under the brow bone highlight thing. I know it's totally out, but don't hate me for it. You still need a little bit of luminosity even though you want your skin not to move and not to look shiny. Now, here's my new favorite product I was talking about earlier. It's the Skindinavia Makeup Finishing Spray in oil-free. Comes in a non-oil-free or an oil-free. And this is what I do to get immense longevity out of my base when it's hot or just because I'm generally oily, okay? Here's what we're going to do. Cover your eyes, spritz your face, go to town. Go mental, okay? Go mental. And then we're going to let it dry, okay? Using my Kimchi fan. Stunning. This is what I was doing the entire wedding, guys. It was 35 degrees. It was hot. And I was just doing this with my menu. The menus on the table, this is what I was doing because it was so hot. And my makeup slayed. Okay, you want to make sure that is completely dry. The next thing you're going to do is take a powder puff again with the Kimchi Puff Puff Pass powder. And you are going to press over what we have already set, okay? AKA my entire face, all right? You can reset with whatever's left in your brush from the bronzer and the blush as well. You can pat it in. And essentially, this is what I'm going to use to re-pat the most minimal amount of powder back onto my skin, okay? So we've rehydrated the skin, and now we're almost like double setting without adding too much product. This is also going to make your skin look airbrushed. Now, right before I left for my trip, I picked up the e.l.f. Inkwell H2O Waterproof Eyeliners. These are fantastic. I already use the e.l.f. their original liquid liner, but this one here, super precise, amazing tip, and it was waterproof. So I'm going to do this off camera, and I'm telling you now, this did not budge the whole night. I would highly recommend. They come in an array of colors, but they are super, super waterproof, and I absolutely loved it, and super affordable. This eyeliner stayed jet black the whole time and did not budge. As you can see, it is amazing. I also took along with me an e.l.f. waterproof mascara because, again, I didn't want any panda eye situation happening. It was really, really hot, so I thought my general mascara may not cut it, and I wasn't taking any risks. And you already know we want our brows to stay in place and not go anywhere, so we used our Pink Honey Brow Glue. Honestly, this product, my eyebrows did not move, okay? And someone in TikTok Live the other day had a really good hack to use whatever you kind of like wipe off and use it for your baby hairs on your head, which I should have remembered when I was sweating and my hair was frizzing up in Bali. So this is the final look, and this is your oil-proof, sweat-proof, humidity-proof, longevity base routine. Try it out and let me know what you think. And don't forget, you can shop all of these products on our website, glamrateabeauty.com.au. Happy shopping and see you next time. Bye.